Hello and welcome back to me playing Oxygen Not Included. In the last episode, we put a water alert here for when water gets too low. And water is currently too low, so we need to deal with that. Currently, okay, never mind. I was going to say I'm putting in some polluted water from these liquid vents, or sorry, those liquid reservoirs, but they're now empty. So I now need to find an alternate source for water. So this looks like a line that is going up. I want to connect into this guy here. Let's do that. Have this send this upwards. Really wish there was the ability to just flip around bridges. Anyway, this is going to make its way up. It's going through an insulated pipe right here, which isn't really necessary, but hold on. Yeah, let's switch this guy over like this. This line here, is this used for anything? Actually, yeah, I think that used to be used for this very same purpose, I think. Maybe I don't even need a bridge. Hold on. Let's get rid of that. Let's cut. Put this up like this. Oh no, hold on. That's my output from the metal refinery. Be interesting if you could tag certain things, especially with pipes that are like this long. You could indicate which one is which, or color code certain ones. Anyway, this is ultimately going to be going up here, up here. And let's cut this right there. Now, in the last episode, put the final pieces of this together. So this is petroleum that's going around this line. We're creating a vacuum. I want to put that in place before I fill this with water. Now, speaking of which, we don't have a lot of water. So definitely want to get this whole thing sorted out. And we've got a lot of liquid. That's not necessarily the problem, but I just need to convert that to actual water. Might want to also connect into the brine. Get these two things dumping their liquids, two geysers dumping liquids essentially in the same place. Ideally, they'd be separated, so when I pull liquid out, I wouldn't have to filter, but that's for another time. So let's just verify this is going down slowly. Increased up to 70. Jumping all over the place. But anyway, that is around 60, 70 grams. I'll come back to that, make sure that's continuing to go down. But I've got to get new water into here. Let's make sure that polluted water is on this way up. It is not. What is wrong? Okay, so it's made its way up part of the way. Beginning the cycle. Okay, I see. It has gotten it's gotten confused. Let's get rid of that guy. Let's get rid of this. I want to have this polluted water go into here. There, now I think that's making its way up. Gonna give us some more water to live off of. Okay, now that we know that water is on the way, this is around 40, so this is definitely increasing, or decreasing rather. So that is good. What I would hate to see at this point is something I may have forgotten and have to get back in here, because the moment I pop this open, vacuum is going to be disrupted. Check if we need any more pips. 1, 2, a whole bunch of pips. Let's get a good amount of them wrangled. Let's load this back up with eggs. So if we forget this too long, we'll have an issue. Might want to put a weight sensor here actually. So the auto sweeper is doing this for us, putting it right in the bin. We're going to dump it right down there. So yeah, let's put in that sensor. This is going to be a weight plate. Put that right there. Did that work? I don't think it did. But we're going to put automated notification. We'll put that in right there. We'll put an automated wire next to the weight plate. Now the weight plate is not going to take into account the weight in the storage bin, which is which is fine. This is how I intend it to be, though I'm not really storing stuff in there most of the time because I don't store eggs very long in a storage bin because they don't hatch as quick. So where's my weight plate? Oh, that's under automation. It's going to go right there. And this will just send an alert if that weight gets too low, meaning there's not many eggs. We're now down to about 16 grams. This is continuing to go down and down. Now we have to decide what we want to do with our time. Think a while back. Whoa, 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 whoa. Do we have meteorites on the way on this asteroid, or are they just passing us? Hold on, let's look. I don't see any objects passing us. If I click on this, it still says no meteor showers forecast. I think that's like permanent. So I don't know what that animation is all about, but I'm gonna say we shouldn't be concerned. Let's just go with that for now. So what's missing inside this? Because it's been a while since I worked on this. Oh yeah, food storage. We want to put that right there. We have a vacuum. Confirm that is in fact a vacuum, yes. It would be kind of nice if we made some of these externals. Oh right, we want petroleum right here. So you need to be petroleum, high priority. And there's a little bit of petroleum. I tried this, I dumped it in the wrong place last time than I had wanted. Oh no, don't get rid of that tile, otherwise bottle emptier won't be happy. But I'm going to put a fridge here for storing some food. Under 10 grams of pressure, so that's slowly been going down. One thing that I would like if one of the overlays had the pressure map, because you can see the different types of material, but you can't necessarily, well, oxygen will show it because it's very breathable and barely breathable. But it would be nice if we had something to show pressure in general. Anyway, let's look to see if any progress has been made here, because I want to catch the dupe that's dumping this out. Excellent. Because I want to turn this off right away so we don't get too much. We don't need a lot, just the smallest amount. So I'm now going to put a gold tile here. I'm just putting gold tile in, just so that the dupe that's in here will have high decor. Oh, I already put in some gold tile as well, just for high decoration purposes. We can get rid of this. Oh, we already, whoops, already had that on the way. We can sweep up the liquid that's on the floor, the rocket. You can see one of these things is without power, so let's connect that up. Let's double check that we have our polluted water on the way in. It is. So that's important, generally just from oxygen production, having washrooms again. Still have empty pipes. So we're just waiting essentially for this to make its way from here to here and over. I might want to think about having a system to convert brine to water. It's going to take more power, so I'm definitely going to want to have that over on the heavy side of the base. That's the left side. Could do it down here, but I need to make sure that when it goes through here, it's not freezing. And right now that brine is pretty cold, so it is something I'll have to figure out. Barbecue meat, why not just take that as it is? The dupes put that down here. So we do have a vacuum up here that has just started. We're now under 1 gram of pressure and decreasing. So I was planning on putting a lot of water in here, but just given the fact that we're low on water, I might not put as much as I initially had thought I would. So we're going to tap into a water line. This was the old petroleum line. We'll convert that to water. There's a bit of water right here, but I also don't want to drain my core system from having water either. So what I think we need to do, I think we need to look at building a pump over here. Can't guarantee that I'm just going to get brine only, but if I put it here, I'm pretty sure for a good amount of time, this is only going to have brine feeding into it. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Eventually, we may want to put some sort of filtering system in place. So that's going to take brine. We won't connect it to this, obviously. And I think it would be smart. Otherwise, I'm going to get burned on this if I don't do it now. I'm going to have liquid pipe element sensor. It's going to sense the type of element and basically say, if it's not brine, let me know. And then we'll do something. So I'll need a NOT gate for that. With the notification and all the automated wiring to make that happen. So if I'm not going to take care of it right now, I should at least put a notification. That's kind of my thinking. Okay, while the dupes are on that, let's look inside this rocket. So I can see manual generator has been put in. We still need our fridge. Put a gold tile right here, so when the dupes are flushing, they're flushing on gold. Make themselves feel special while they're alone up here in space, producing some data banks for us. Oh, this didn't work out. So yeah, I'll have to rethink how that's going to go then. I don't know if it's the case, but if I put a tile, let's cancel that. If I put a tile there, is it going to be happy with the ladder? It may not. Okay, let's destroy this. That's going to continue the vacuum up here. And we'll build a fridge in here so we can store food in a vacuum. The idea, oh, hold on, I see. Never mind. I'm going to put the cod over here. Let's get rid of that. Cancel that altogether. Let's check on the dupes going down here. Still working on this pipe. So I can design the rest of it while we're waiting for this to go through. Let's get rid of some of this stuff, just make it a little bit easier to see. We're gonna have a new line of brine going up. It's gonna feed into here. And we need to find a place to convert this to regular waters. So we'll use this line here. This is going to go up, up. Let's cut that. It doesn't have to be insulated. In fact, the less insulated it is, the more heat it takes on, increases above zero, the better in my mind. But let's, before we go too far with this, let's find a place. Or do we have the tech for this? Maybe that's where we gotta start. Scientist is gonna get busy, I think. On the desalination tech, yeah, there it is. So we can actually build that. And in our vacuum, we're getting very low, but the pumps are still running. So I can now destroy this tile here. I can destroy that one as well. I've got this petroleum. That's going to keep the vacuum on this side. Petroleum fell down here, didn't it? Is that going to be an issue? Oh, it might. That's unfortunate. I think that might, because that's going to make this mesh tile interact, which might make objects that sit on it, the food, interact with this. Is there a way to fix that? Can I do this? I don't know if they can build this one. Let's do that high priority and see if this works. If they can, if some dude can just stand there and build that, we're fine. If not, well, I think we have issues. So we'll be back to check on to see how that goes. Should see scientists at work. Excellent. They've got some light. Let's verify that they're actually in a laboratory. They are, which is excellent. We've got a nature reserve. We've got our great hall. We've got a washroom. Do we have water? No, not really. So it may just be that the polluted water coming in is just making up for the oxygen production. Or did I see some research be completed? Ethanol desalinator. Okay, so this needs to be around some heavy watt wires. So it's going to be on the left side of the base. So this is the guy that's going to have the brine that's going to come up. Maybe this over here would be a decent place for it. Maybe a little bit closer over here to the heavy watt wire system itself. So this is going to be fed in with brine or salt water. Now I need to connect in with this one. So what I'm thinking, I'm going to do a cut here and here. Works out nice. I can just destroy this. If I put a liquid bridge, the crude oil is going to be able to start flowing again. Didn't realize I don't have to destroy this. I can use my cut tool. And we'll get the brine to go into that. And we'll do a cut right here quickly. Excellent. We fixed that situation before it got out of hand. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I operating on the wrong one? I am. Okay, let's fix that before things get out of hand here. So I've got this is the brine line. Again, I really, really wish they'd have liquid bridges flip over. Okay, so this is all I need to do then. But I do need to connect this back up, so that water line can reach the electrolyzers. And I need a liquid bridge right here to tell the brine to go up. And let's see, their dupes are still doing construction down there. And we'll go back inside this rocket, have a look. Okay, so they are able to build it. That is really nice. Let's mop this up now. Let's destroy these two tiles, which is going to create a vacuum or maintain a vacuum on this side. Then I'll be able to build a mesh tile. Okay, battery is operating in a vacuum. Let's disable that. Let's disable this as well. At this point, I'm going to say I'm comfortable with oxygen flowing inside here. I must have put in something that stops oxygen from actually getting in. I may have done that from the outside. Let's go take a look at the top of our base. Yeah, there is the oxygen line. Put gold tile around, just to increase the decor. And I'm going to put in a cot, just so the dupe that is here doesn't have to sleep on the ground. Well, also, just so that the dupe that's here doesn't get stressed out, I'm going to put a carpeted tile. Make that out of granite just for the decoration purposes, but I think it needs to be on the left side of the cot. So if we do mesh tile, boom, right there, and then if we put in a fridge, so let's look under food, refrigerator. Oh, actually, no, let's go. Yeah, let's look at this base. Is everything looking fine? I still have to deal with a natural gas that's building up. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. These dupes are keeping busy. Not sure what they're entirely doing, but let's get them to dig out more useful material, including lead. Oh, hold on. We have dug into some spots that have zombie spore. But it's not in the air and there are no plants. Not too worried about that. They should be loading more lead over. Okay, let's let them keep loading over more lead. I'll go check on our vacuum, make sure that's happy. Oh, it's now actually is a vacuum. This isn't being built. Maybe that's just because there are too many other things and this is further away. But excellent. All right, well, let's just cut this off. We no longer need to power those two pumps, so we can get rid of the transformer. Don't need that anymore either. And we can put in our metal refinery right here. But we don't want to operate it until we actually put in some liquid. So I'm going to close this. Oh no, hold on. Oh, we may have a problem. So this door is open. I see some oxygen here. So up here I have oxygen. Down here is a vacuum. And we get a vacuum. So this oxygen of 1 mcg is just not making its way. Now, it may be the case. Oh, it literally just evaporated in front of our eyes. We must have just arrived as the last bit of vacuum here was created. And I was worried that we're going to get a bubble of oxygen up here. But that is not the case. We have a vacuum. Temperature view is a good way of looking at this, because if it's a vacuum, it's going to show up as light blue. Yeah, it is. Whew, okay, I thought we were running into problems, but we're not. So we'll close that door. So I'm going to maintain a vacuum here and a vacuum here, but I want to put liquid water into this zone. And that has to do with you. So let's gonna say if you were ever below 10 eggs, I'll call it more eggs needed. And we can pause zoom to that. I find myself, I don't pause and zoom. I tend to ignore it. I like the fact that it takes me right to it. If it is, in fact, something that's critical. And because eggs related to food, it kind of is critical in my mind. So let's see if we have brine. No, we don't. So we must be missing something, or the dupes simply just aren't done with their construction, which is the case. Okay, that's fine. Over on this other asteroid, we are low on tasking. So I will make the decision to keep them here for now. Let's continue to dig out some more material. You can build a ladder going up and down so they can access stuff up here. And I don't know if I told the dupes we don't need diamond yet, but we will eventually. So they're still idle. Is that because Pilot can't dig through the material? I'm asking them to dig through it, maybe. Pilot, where are you? No, you have hard digging. Okay, so why are you not going down there to do any digging? Okay, that is grayed out, indicating that they're not able to actually get there. Ah, I see why. And I can see one of the dupes being dumb enough to get stuck up here, so let's give them a ladder. Just in case that situation happens. Going back to the inside of this rocket, still more to be done. So I think I'll let the dupes catch up on some of their tasks, and I'll be back. Okay, so let's plan the line that goes from this and send it into our cooling area. I guess that's pretty simple. Just connect into this. Snap it right here. We'll cut. No, it's not where I want it to cut. Actually, that's an interesting thing. Can you cut things that aren't built? I've never tried that yet. I think I just tried it. Just going to double check. Yeah, you can. Okay, that's cool. So put that back together. So that is going to be where water is sent. In the future, I want to have water. That's just going to be a temporary use case. But I don't want to send water in here and have it confused as to which direction it's coming from. So I've got this system here. It's going to load water right here. If I connect into this line, it'll actually... Let's see, I'll have to hop over whatever. Oh no, that is... Just cut that. So this is going to be the water from the brine. If I... Actually, this is... I'm not worried about the fact that there's water in this particular spot because that's what is going to be in here anyway. So if I do this, that little piece of water is just going to be sent over. What is this line? Is this used for anything? Oh, that is the polluted water that comes from the other world, which is currently not active, but that's okay. Technically, I just realized I'm putting everything through this cleaning system to remove germs. But there is no germs here anyway, so it's kind of pointless. The only treatment that's needed is water that comes from the washroom anyway. I'll just leave it be, just in case in the future there is some polluted or some germs. I'll at least be safe, right? Cold damage. Whoa, do we already have brine? And it is cold. Let's disable that building because running that with brine that is too cold isn't doing anyone any good. So I've got to warm that up. I was kind of hoping going through the pipes would help, but it's not really radiant pipes. So let's do this. I don't know if this is going to be good enough. Let's cut this right here. The dupes can convert this to radiant pipes. Make this section of it lead, just because we only have so much aluminum. And I'll put a liquid sensor right here, and that's going to control whether this machine is on or not. It's only going to work so well for a long-term thing. I'm definitely going to want to have something else to warm up this liquid. Okay, so ultimately that water is going to be sent into here. And let's go look inside our rocket. Do we have a fridge? We have a fridge. It's in a vacuum area. Still waiting for that carpeting tile, but that can be done later. Do we have oxygen? We have, no, we have carbon dioxide. Why don't we have oxygen? Let's have a look. Did that get stuck? Am I missing something? Ah, okay, I see. We'll have to destroy this and put a ladder up there. I think everything else is in place. Let's check that we have water inside here as well. We do. But we need both of those to be created, and I'll do that high priority once we can get a ladder installed in here. So the dupes have started to change this to radiant pipes, and that has warmed up the brine nicely. Eventually, this is going to be a problem in the sense that this area is going to get too cold, but this is just a temporary solution. And a little bit of extra safety piece right here. So this is going to say, not you, if the temperature is above 10 degrees, then you can operate. That should at least keep it safe. Anytime it detects that's not the case, it will slow down. I'm not certain that that's going to guarantee that we won't have some freezing, but we've got a certain amount of time. So at least we should see some water being dumped into here. And I think that's going to end for this episode. There we are. This is our system. So with water, we'll wait for this to fill up a little bit more, and we can turn on this system. So we can have thermo aquatuners running. We can have a metal refinery that deals with its own heat and actually brings it back as power. And we've made it a little bit closer towards having this system here up and running, where we can send a dupe up in space. We can see oxygen flowing around now. Well, thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully I will see you in a future episode where I'll keep advancing along.